And in the Holy of Holies was the presence of Almighty God. The ark was in there that represented God's presence. And on top of that ark was a slab with 2 angels on it. It was a mercy seat. And on that mercy seat, the blood of animals was dripped. And God received that as a sacrifice for their sins and covered their sins for a period of time, because they had to do that every year at the Day of Atonement. But Jesus said, I did something better than that. Because when I went into the Holy of Holies of heaven, I didn't come with blood of goats and calves, he said, but with his own blood he entered into the most holy place once for all, having obtained eternal redemption. Amen. Are you hearing me? Why do we not practice tabernacle services today and layer in the Solomon's temple? Why don't I have to do that anymore? Simply because the fact it was finished. When Jesus says it's finished, he means I finished everything. Amen. I was the perfect sacrifice for sin, and I presented my blood as the perfect sacrifice for sin. And that's why the veil was torn from top to bottom that separated the holy place from the Holy of Holies, signifying God said, the final sacrifice has been made. The perfect sacrifice has been made. My Son has done it. He came and he lived a perfect sinless life. He became sin for the whole world. He was the perfect gift. Therefore, salvation is by grace through faith, because there's nothing left for you to do. Someone has said, the law says do. Grace says done. Isn't that good? I was smart enough to come to that on my own. I can't even remember where I read it now. It's probably, from some of the guys I read after. I'd give credit if I can remember who I first read after, but I'm sure they weren't the first one to say it. That's a biblical principle we need to remember. Jesus was the perfect sacrifice. There's nothing left for you to do. There's nothing left to be done. Jesus was the perfect sacrifice. He lived a life that's perfect in every respect. He was perfect in his pre-incarnate state. He was perfect after he was born of a virgin. He lived a sinless life his 30 years as he walked on earth. In his atoning sacrifice, he was perfect. In his resurrection, he proved who he was, being the perfect sinner. He is the perfect intercessor for us right now, sitting at the right hand of God in heaven. Amen. When Jesus ascended into heaven and sat at the right hand of God as our intercessor, he's the perfect one that we can share our burdens to, because he perfectly tells God the Father what's going on in my life. He's my perfect intercessor. Amen. Therefore, I need no other intercessor. Amen. I need no other mediator. And you know what? He's going to be coming back as the perfect King of Kings and Lord of Lords to rule this universe forever and ever and ever. Amen. People in authority aren't perfect. Have you noticed that in this world today? People in elective office aren't perfect. There are many hypocrites in elective office. There are many liars in elective office. Shirley showed me a picture on her iPad of Barack Obama wearing a Jewish beanie. And he said, I'm Jewish in my soul. Oh, really? Is that what went through your mind? There's a lot of hypocrites in elective office. There's a lot of people who are in positions of power that abuse it. Right? But there's one coming who's going to be the perfect ruler. He's going to rule perfectly. He's going to rule righteously. He's going to rule with a rod of iron. His name is Jesus Christ. And I'm just going to say this before we have our invitation. He's the perfect ruler for your life right now. Listen, we don't need to wait till he comes again to start letting him rule. He has a kingdom right now. It's not a visible kingdom like it's going to be one day. But he needs to rule the kingdom of your heart. My brothers and sisters, just like every fellow American, we need to take ourselves off of the throne of our life and put Jesus on it. We need to get rid of this idea that we have a right to run our own life. We need to stop believing the lie of the devil that tells us that no one can tell us how to live and what to do. In reality, you're just kidding yourself. You're naive. Because somebody's telling you what to do. It's either Jesus or the devil, but somebody's telling you what to do. When you put yourself on the throne, you have the devil sitting right there with you. You put Jesus on there. He's the perfect ruler for your heart right now. I'm going to make this appeal to you as we prepare for an invitation. I'm going to ask you, have you received the Christmas gift that God wants to give you? Are you more concerned that mom and dad buy you that one special gift you've been asking for all year? Are you ready to get angry if you don't get exactly what you've asked for? Will it be a piece of clothing or the latest electronic gizmo that's being offered by Apple Industries? You have iPhone 3, but if you don't get a 4 or 5, you're going to be angry. You got a phone that makes phone calls, but if you don't get one that takes pictures and films, you're going to be angry. You think that's the perfect Christmas gift? Getting what you want, getting what you dreamed of. The American dream has turned into the American nightmare because people have become totally self-focused.
Amen.
That's not just true out there, that's true in many churches. That's true in some of your lives. That Jesus come into your heart. Accept God's Christmas gift. Jesus Christ died that you might be saved and have forgiveness of sins and receive eternal life. That's the best Christmas gift you could ever give.
Amen.
Have you received it? If you have received it, are you letting it sit on the throne of your life? Or are you going around, even though you might be going to heaven, you're living a hell on earth because you're going around living your life like you want to? And you're letting the devil control everything you think and believe and everything you feel. This is the day to stop.